Hello, everyone. This is MMA Interesting Prospects podcast. Today, our guest is Tyler Grimsley, who is fresh off his win on Peak Fighting 30. Hello, Tyler. How are you?
Not too bad. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Tyler, you had, I think, that a very good opponent in front of you in July. So, if you can tell me, what do you think about your performance and overall about this opponent?
The opponent was real good. He had a good record. He was 5-1 coming into the fight. He fought on some pretty big promotions. He's fought for Bellator twice, so he was 2-0 in Bellator. He fought in LFA. I had some good opponents, so I took him very serious. And my performance. I mean, looking back at it now, I definitely made some mistakes. I mean, I got taken down early. I should have, expected that with him being more of a grappler type guy. But it was an okay performance. I went out there and took a couple big shots, but nothing really rattled me too much. So yeah, I mean, it was an okay performance. Nothing too like crazy like my last few performances, but we'll take it. It's a win. We'll learn from it. We'll grow and we'll become better from it.
And I think that your both last opponents, it's Leich Mitchell and Nation Gibrick, were like the best fighters that you ever fought, and it was a perfect result because you finished both these guys. So I think that
Yeah,
it's good that the level of your opponent is like going up.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's the way it should be. You don't really want to be taking steps backwards. So yeah, you definitely want to grow and get your experience, as you're gradually going up and stuff.
And you had a nice entrance because it was Won't Back Down. It's a song that for me, like my first thought is when Chris Weidman defeated Anderson Silva. It was his entrance to the cage, so it was like a good, let's say, good feelings
Yeah,
about it.
yeah. Yeah, it's a good song. Everybody knows it. And I mean, what better song for a fight?
And when would you like to have your next fight?
I mean, really whenever. So we're trying maybe September, October. I mean, I didn't take no damage. I mean, I literally left fine. I was, training the next week. So I mean, really, it's just staying in the gym, working on things that I messed up during the fight, working on things that I had to work on prior going into the fight, and just getting better everywhere. So I mean, we stay in the gym, we're ready, and whenever the next fight comes, we'll take it.
And do you think that it will be a fight on Peak Fighting or some other promotion?
I'm not 100% sure right now. I know they did ask if I wanted to come back down there, but I mean, it's kind of a far travel with me being up in Michigan and stuff. So if I can get on a Michigan show, that would be ideal. So I wouldn't have to, travel as far and stuff like that. Makes it a little bit easier. But I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be, definitely wouldn't say no if they offered me a fight. I mean, it was a good promotion. Everything was, professionally ran. So I mean, yeah, there's no like, it's not like something that like I would say no to.
Their last show was I think that very good one because there were few fighters like who can be in the UFC in like let's say
Yeah, for
few months
sure.
or even years. So I think that it was a good show to be in.
Yeah, for sure. And it's good just to see those different levels of people that came from, big gyms. There was a couple people from like Jackson's gym down there. So, and it's just different people. I mean, I'm from up in Michigan, used to fighting the Michigan guys. So it's nice just to get different people. So, yeah, more people, the better.
And right now, overall, you are undefeated as both amateur and pro. And
Yeah.
do you let's say have some fears about the losing first fights?
I mean, not so much it being like a fear. Obviously, I mean, it's a fight. You're not trying to lose. It's not like most sports where you lose and then nothing happens and you get out there getting beat up. So like, obviously, you don't want to lose. But I mean, losing is part of the game. I mean, if it happens, obviously, I don't want it to happen. But I mean, it's just something that happens. It's part of the game. There's got to be a winner. There's got to be a loser. But yeah, fear, no. I mean, I feel like if you're just afraid to lose, you're gonna hold yourself back, trying to, not go for the win, not go for things. And I mean, it's worked out good so far. I mean, I don't really focus too much on losing, winning. I just focus on, you know, performing and doing my best out there.
And in your fights, we can see that you are not like defensive. You are not
Yeah.
want to protect the record, but you go for the finish. So I think that is a good proof that you are not afraid.
Yeah, for sure. You don't want to be boring out there.
And you had actually a quite interesting career as far as weight classes, because on Topology you had one even a middleweight fight, even that you are like lightweight, or you had also some welterweight weights fight. So
Yeah.
was it really a middleweight fight?
It was a catch weight. That was on like a week's notice, and they just called me. I was like, "You want to fight a guy? He can't make the 170 limit this soon, but he'll do a catch weight." I think it was 175, and I mean, a week notice. I was like, perfect. I walk around at like 172, so I, you know, drank up, had breakfast the day of weigh-ins, went to weigh-ins, and then fought that the following day. So I mean, it was like a 7-day notice, 8-day notice. So yeah.
But you probably want to be more as a fight as the lightweight or welterweight, not the upper weight
Oh
class.
yeah, for sure. I mean, we just took that one because it was a good matchup, and it was I wasn't able to get an opponent for 5 6 months. You know, instead of just waiting, we had to just jump on it. You know, because we were training the whole time, but we just couldn't find an opponent. So yeah, when that opportunity came, we were like 8-day notice. Let's just go do it real quick, and then luckily it played out good.
And let's talk about your beginnings in the sport. Was it MMA the first combat sport that you ever trained, or you started with something else?
Yeah, no, I started with wrestling. I grew up wrestling my whole life. Wrestled, started like getting on the mat around 3 or 4, and then wrestled all the way up through college, and then got into MMA afterward.
And we can see also your wrestling, but of course you are right now on this level that you are not a wrestler, just a wrestler to like take people down and hold them there. But
Yeah,
I think that you are like full mixed martial artist right now. That you have a great striking. You are when you are on the ground, you are looking for submissions. So it's you definitely develop from like amateur fights.
yeah, definitely. I'd like to think so too. I mean, I've been, you know, training full time MMA now for 4 years. So if I'm just a wrestler still at this time, it's, you know, something's not right.
And what is a main gym that you train?
uh, our I train out of Macomb Martial Arts, but we just last year actually just combined with another gym called New Way Training Center that's nearby. So we just joined gyms, and now we're still they still got the two names, but we're basically the same gym now. Just we're in like a big facility now, so that's nice. You know, more training partners, different looks and everything, so it's perfect.
And who is your like main training partner right now for the biggest fights of your career right now?
My main two are my two coaches. They're both active fighters. One fights at really any weight. He's a little bit bigger, and then his brother's the other trainer, and we're about the same weight. He fights up at 55, 70 as well. So those are my two main training partners. And then we got everyone else at the gym. As far as people, we got amateur fighters who, you know, undefeated amateur fighters, high level guys. Got a couple pros that come in and get some work into as well. So yeah, we have a bunch of people. And then we got people that are, you know, at the pro level, but they just don't have the fights yet. So yeah, we got a lot of people.
And this is sometimes interesting to see because of course there are really great amateurs that are not really known, and
Yeah, for
they
sure.
have like super great skills. So it's a cool thing to see them like from the beginning to the step when they will be in the UFC or Bellator.
Yeah, for sure. It's always great. I mean, everybody's got to start somewhere. So it's like everybody starts at 0-0. So you mean you just don't know about them until they start getting the fights. So yeah, definitely.
And what do you think it's the like the best skill that you have right now, and the one thing that you need to improve the most?
Um, my biggest skill, obviously, my grappling. You know, with me growing up wrestling. And I still do a lot of grappling, still do a lot of wrestling, a lot of jiu-jitsu. I mean, as well as we do like striking and clinch work and all that. But yeah, grappling's very heavy based. So that'd obviously be my strength. If you looked at any of my past fights, that's my go-to. The biggest weakness is basically just, combining everything and then obviously working that striking every day, making sure that's still, because now that we're getting up there in fights, you got to be able to do everything. You can't just expect to go out there and take people down. You got to, you got to set it up properly. You got to make sure you have the good right setups to get in on the shot, and you got to be comfortable on the feet. So we're just working basically my whole around MMA game, and combined and working on like the wrestling into the MMA, because straight wrestling is a lot different from MMA wrestling. You see people who don't have wrestling backgrounds taking down people who have high level wrestling backgrounds just because it's completely different. So yeah, it's just working the whole MMA game.
And I think that your cardio is also great, because when you see that the fighter who is like finishing everybody quickly, you may think that, oh, maybe in the second or third round he will have some problems because of some cardio issues. But you defeated Nation Gibrick in the third round, so the first and of course the second were also great for you. So we know that cardio would be not a problem for you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, cardio's that's my secret weapon people don't know about yet. Like, yeah, I personally believe I got the best cardio in the world at 155 pounds, and I don't think anybody can beat me in the cardio. I train cardio every day, year round. I don't ever get out of shape, and yeah, that's my secret weapon. People think, like, I've talked to past opponents, and they're like, "I thought you were going to get tired after that first round because it was so many takedowns, so many shots just kept coming," and they were like, "Damn, dude, I couldn't even keep up." So I mean, yeah, they were shocked. I mean, yeah, that's my secret weapon right now.
And it is a deadly weapon, because you cannot see
Yeah.
this like in the first round, but later on, we everybody can see that it's really tough to beat.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, like like even in my last fight, you could kind of hear the commentators saying he's just letting him up, he's just letting him up. But that's tiring on my opponent. I'm taking him down. He's having to work to get up, eating shots, taking him right back down. So it's like I don't necessarily care if they get up, especially if I know I can keep taking them down, because that's just taking out of the gas tank every single time. So yeah, that's my secret weapon.
Right now you are at 27, and when would you like to see yourself in one of the bigger promotions like UFC, Bellator, maybe PFL?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not rushing it. I mean, I'm hoping maybe a few more fights on the regional scene, and then maybe getting the call up. But I mean, obviously, if they call up sooner, I mean, you can't say no to them. So I mean, I'll be ready. I stay in the gym. I stay ready. So if they do call, I'll be ready. And if not, I'll just keep fighting people until they do call. Eventually, they're gonna have to call. If I keep winning, getting good fights, good performances, getting finishes, there's no way they don't call at some point. So yeah, I'll just keep doing my thing and then be ready when they do call.
Actually, I thought that maybe you will be on the one of contender series cards, but unfortunately, when I see the cards, the spots are filling with felt in with other names. So I think that it would be hard for you this year, but maybe some kind of short notice fight in the meantime.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, people fall out all the time. People, have trouble traveling, whether they're coming from a different country or not. So yeah, if they call, obviously I'll jump on it. I mean, I'm making sure, I'm staying in shape. So if they do call, I will be ready. But yeah, it's not looking like I'm gonna get like a big notice if anything does happen. But yeah, we'll be ready if it does.
But with the short notice fight, it's very unexpected, because a few months ago the opponent of Jim Miller felt
Yeah.
from the card, so it can be interesting for the fighter who is fighting on the regional scene in 2 weeks fight that he will get a fight with such a legend like Jim Miller.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
sometimes this kind of things may happen.
Yeah, for sure. That's why you gotta stay training all the time. So when it does happen, you can go out there and do your best.
And would you consider like other options like Bellator, PFL, maybe another promotion?
Oh, I mean, obviously the UFC is the main one, but I mean, I wouldn't say no. I'd have to sit down and think about it. But yeah, UFC is definitely the main one. I mean, when you think of best guys in the world, you think of UFC, and I mean, I'm doing the sport to be the best. I'm not doing the sport just to say I'm a fighter. I mean, that don't really mean nothing to me. I want to be the best, and yeah, so and the UFC is the best, so yeah, that's what I'm going for.
And do you have a fighter that you would like to face? Let's say there is a dream fight scenario that you can pick any fighter from either lightweight or welterweight division that you can face.
Dream fight. I mean, not really. I mean, just really anyone who's ever at the top. I mean, I yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say like there's not like one particular person, but I mean, who's ever got that belt at the end of the day? I mean, you're trying to be the best, and I mean that's who I'm trying to beat.
And do you like to watch MMA fights or the UFC fights?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We watch. Yeah, I watch most of them, mostly every weekend. Yeah.
So what do you think about the rematch in lightweight division between Islam and Charles?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Oliveira looked really good in his last one, but I mean, playing off how that first fight went, it's gonna be hard to beat Islam. I mean, yeah, he showed his style, and well, all those guys are him and Khabib. They're showing that styles. It's almost unbeatable. I mean, Islam had that one, loss early in his career, but anything can happen. I think Islam's gonna win again, but I mean, Oliveira did look good, and maybe he makes some adjustments after feeling him the first time.
And this rematch may be interesting right now because in their first fight this was like a easy fight for Islam, but right now Islam had the tough fight against Volkanovski, and Charles
Yeah,
defeated Benil Dariush, who was on a few fights winning streak. So maybe their second fight would be a little bit different than the first one.
yeah, for sure. Hopefully, it's a lot more, competitive because yeah, Islam kind of just ran through him. But yeah, Volkanovski is just a bad matchup for Islam's style with him being so short and compact. Though it's hard to get under those guys. So yeah, that's kind of a hard style matchup too compared to Oliveira.
And right now Volkanovski, it's a tough matchup for for everybody, I think,
Yeah, true,
from
true.
from
Yeah,
like from even for the welterweights, because he has so great skills, but his like build is also not very typical for the like featherweight fighter.
yeah, for real. He's on another level. Yeah, he's pound for pound in my opinion, personally. Even with that loss to Islam. Yeah.
And what is the biggest motivation for you as far as the MMA? What motivate you the most?
I mean, to be the best. I mean, that's really what gets you going. I mean, if you didn't want to be the best, you'd skip out on a lot of the tedious stuff like having to do the training, having to do the diet, having to do, the double workouts and stuff like that. But when you want to be the best and the best out there is working, that's what keeps you motivated, and that's what I do. I think about, you know, Islam, for example, you think he's taking a bunch of days off, not training hard, not, training with the best guys. So that's what keeps me motivated. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just wanting to be the best.
And if you can, it's also the like the scenario, let's say, that will not happen. But if you can pick any tools from any fighter in the world, what would you like to take and have?
Tools? Oh, obviously, yeah. I mean, like, are you saying like a mixture of people? Like, if I could create like my like Ultimate Fighter type guy?
No, more of the one skill, like it can be like Khabib wrestling or Francis power, like one tool from any fighter in the world.
Oh, I mean, I would have to go with yeah, like Khabib's wrestling, grappling, or Islam's type stuff. I mean, they don't take much damage. They're fun to watch, and they do damage to their opponents, and not just like a lot of wrestlers where they just take you down and lay on you. They're finishing you. So yeah, I'd go with that. I mean, it looks fun to watch, and with me being a grappler, you can always learn stuff from them. So yeah, probably them.
Yes, and the style is really hard to beat because Khabib never lost the fight, and Islam, except this one knockout loss, he has only the close fight with Volkanovski, and except that he defeated everybody, and probably he will defeat many fighters from the top in next few years.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
And when you are like waiting for your fight, it's few hours to your bout. How do you deal with the stress with this situation?
Oh, I mean, I just listen to my music, put on my headphones and just listen to music, calm down, and try to just, focus on my breathing, relax, and not think about it too much until it's time to start thinking about it. I mean, if you're thinking about it all, like obviously it's hard for not to think about it with it being the fight day, but just try to get your mind off it as much as possible and just try to stay calm, really.
So you like to like zone out to
Yeah,
like be in your own space.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, just listen to music, and I mean, if we're still at the hotel watching the TV, and then if we're backstage already, just laying down, relaxing, trying to stay off my feet as much as possible until the warm up starts.
And when you are in the cage, do you feel some stress, some nerves, or you are in the zone and you know that you will be fighting and there is no stress?
Oh, I mean, when you first get in there, like when you like first walk in during the entrance, you kind of feel it. But once as soon as the bell rings, it goes away. You don't have time to, sit there and be nervous and stuff like that. You kind of just go in autopilot and do what you trained your body to do, and that's fight.
Yes, you know that one mistake and you can like wake up from the
Yeah,
ground.
for
So
sure.
it can be really like expensive mistake.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely don't want that if you can avoid it.
And after the fight, when you have some free time, when you can't train because of the fight that you had, what do you like to do in your free time?
Oh, my free time is, I mean, it's pretty just laid back, relaxed. I watch, a lot of TV. I'm still watching fights, the days like I can't train, whether it be right after the fight or just, it's my off day. I'm just, film study, watching fights, looking at, technique videos online and stuff like that. So, I mean, everything's pretty much based around fighting. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. And then obviously on like the big fight nights, we'll, watch the fights and just hang out. But it's pretty much just a chilled life.
And when you watching not MMA fights, but maybe like TV or something something on like Netflix or this kind of services, do you have a like a TV series that you like to watching right now?
I mean, honestly, I don't really watch too much TV. I mean, it's more just YouTube on my phone while I'm just like laying in my bed or laying on the couch, or I just throw up YouTube. But I mean, yeah, I don't really watch too many Netflix shows. I mean, it takes up too much time, and yeah, I don't really have too much of it just to waste around sitting down. So yeah, don't really have like a favorite TV show. Maybe I'll throw like a TV show on if I'm just trying to hurry up and fall asleep or something like that, but nothing crazy.
And sometimes they can be really addictive because you plan to watch
Yeah,
one episode and then it's like six six
yeah, for
episodes in.
sure. Yeah, especially on those hour-long ones, that takes up a whole day.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And what do you think do you have some part of your life that you would like that you would say that is perfect or close to be perfect?
Oh, I mean, I don't think anyone's life is, necessarily perfect, but I think it's perfect I think my life's about as perfect for me as it could be. I get to do what I love every day, and that's, I get to train. I get to, I'm 27. I still get to be an athlete. You know how many people get to say that? A lot of people got to do, a lot of stuff they don't want to do just because they got to. I mean, like I work a job. Obviously, I'm still a full-time worker, but after that, it's like I get to do what I love. I get to stay healthy, be in shape, and I get to travel. Like I wouldn't have been, I wouldn't have ever gone to Texas if I, didn't have a fight down there. So it's cool to see that and just stuff like that. Like before that, I went down to Alabama, I had a fight down there. It's cool traveling. So yeah, I mean, it's about as perfect as it can be for me right now, I think.
And let's say 10 years ago, would you think that you would be in this point, which in you are right now, that you are like undefeated fighter, close to being signed with one of the top promotions?
Um, yes and no kind of type thing. Because before I stopped wrestling, I knew I was going to get an MMA. I just was waiting for wrestling to get over, and then after I graduated college, I got into MMA. So yes and no, but it's kind of happening a lot quicker than I thought. You know, and it's gone pretty smoothly so far. Luckily, I mean, with it being such a, a dangerous sport, violent sport, anything can happen, injuries, setback losses. So yeah, I mean, it's going good right now. And yeah.
It's going perfect like your record.
Yeah.
So I
So
think
far, so far.
yes, yes. And what would you say is perfect scenario for you for let's say next year? How many fights would you like to have, and in what point would you like to be, let's say, in next August?
Oh man, next August, that's still so far away. I mean, we got the rest of this year. I've already had 3 fights this year, haven't been banged up yet. So if I can get one, maybe two more, that'd be ideal. And then early next year, be looking at, getting signed to a big promotion, that'd be a good way to cap off this year, start next year, and then, continue next year going in with a bang. I like to be as active as possible, especially when you're not injured, because when you're not injured and you're not fighting, you're just wasting time, because there's gonna be a day when you can't fight because you're injured, and then you're gonna be having those months off. So when you're in or not injured, be as active as you can, and that's the way I try to be.
I think that it is a perfect mindset because
Yeah,
when you can fight, you fight. So
yeah, for sure.
and also I think that that it will be hard to deny you because you are undefeated. You are beating the like the level of the opponents is still going higher. So you are also finish all of them. So I think that in 1 year it would be like hard to deny you when you would be like 9-0.
Yeah, for sure. I'd like to think so too.
And last question is not MMA related, but I think that it is a quite interesting one. If you can learn one skill of anything, what would you like to learn?
One skill. Um, Let me think about that. One skill. I wish I was just good at more like handyman type work, stuff like that. Like if something breaks in, like whether it be like in my car or at the house or something like that, I'm screwed. I gotta call my buddy up, I gotta call somebody. I wish I was a little bit better at that. Like I see a car light come on, instantly I'm calling somebody because I have no idea what it means. So yeah, I'd say something around like those lines, so I don't have to rely on too many people, but something like that.
Okay, Tyler. So many thanks for this conversation. I hope that you will have in next year few more fights, and maybe next year you will be fighting on the Contender Series, or maybe you will be fighting even in UFC.
For sure. Thank you.